Hey, it's TaxQuips time from TaxMama.com. Today, TaxMama hears from Lara in the TaxQuips Forum, who's helping get a partnership out of trouble. As it happens, this seems to be the week for questions from tax pros about the penalties IRS imposes on late-filed partnership returns. So let's talk about those. Well, my friends, believe it or not, the IRS actually tries to help make it easier for us to file our tax returns, and there has always been a problem with partnership returns. When the Form 1065 with extensions was due on October 15th, the same time as the individual tax return, the K-1s were always issued too late to use. They were issued the same day as the individual tax return was due. So, a couple of years ago, the IRS finally woke up and decided to make the filing deadline a month earlier, September 15th, and by the way, that deadline is rapidly approaching. The IRS, though, expects the partnership to issue K-1s, or at least a reasonable facsimile, by April 15th so the partner can work on their tax returns. The penalty for issuing the K-1s late is $100 per K-1. Well, that's not the end of the world. The penalties are much higher if you don't issue the K-1 intentionally, and we're just not going to go there right now. However, the penalty for filing the partnership return late is stiff. That's the Form 1065. It's $195 per partner per month for up to 12 months. Even with only 2 partners, this is nearly $5,000. So the big question that's been coming up this week is, how can we get the IRS to waive the penalties? Well, generally, IRS will waive the penalties the first time the partnership files late. When all the first few years are filed late, since it's all part of the one instance, you can usually persuade IRS to let it go. How? Well, actually, IRS is the one who explains. They say if the partnership receives a notice about a penalty after it files the return, the partnership may send the IRS an explanation, and the service will determine if the explanation meets reasonable cause criteria. You can find acceptable reasons in the IRS's Internal Revenue Manual, and normally I would give you a link to that information. Unfortunately, today, IRS just launched the new website, and none of the links from the search engines or even internally are working. In about a week, Google this, IRM partnership penalties, and you'll find what you need. And remember, you can find answers to all kinds of questions about penalties and other tax issues free. Where else? At TaxMama.com.